Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. Casey, what happened last time?
Well, we went to go visit Salshadra and chatted with her, and she indicated her interest in being Harbor Master. Um, and then we talked to Steeljack to see if the Warforged were happy, and we debriefed with Thora. And now we're gonna go see about the farm gig, and also send ask Steeljack if he will spy on Amanatu for us. If you hear my dog in the background, he's very upset that I'm not currently taking him on a walk. And so he may be very vocal about his displeasure.
He's entitled to those opinions.
It's fair. Yeah.
I would
Who
also
doesn't want to
be
walk
upset.
in 100
Yeah, I
degrees?
get where he's coming from, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah. Okay, so we wrapped up at the manor last time. So if there's anything else to do at the manor, we can, or if we are heading straight out, then we do that.
In
Would
general,
Steeljack
I
still
keep
be-
River up to date with where we're headed. And so just pop in and check
fair.
on her. But other than that,
Okay. Well, if there's something else than that, you update River on your whereabouts and head back towards Molu's distillery.
Well, do we need to talk to Steeljack first so that they're doing that while we're dealing with the farm, or do we want to wait until after we deal with the farm to talk to Steeljack?
I'll have them multitasks happening. Let's get the Steeljack
Yes.
convo.
Okay. Then head back towards the Lorsmarch Palace, where you find the Cordon of Warforged, headed up by Steeljack.
Approach in a totally chill, casual, friendly manner. Lean on something cool.
Like Dumb and Dumber, putting out the
Finger
vibes.
Hey, assuming we see Steeljack. Hey, Steeljack.
Ah, you're back. You can just go on in.
Actually, here to talk to you. In fact,
I see.
we were wondering if we could hire you for a gig, if you were interested.
Perhaps it depends on the nature of this gig.
Fair enough. We are in the process of talking to all the different Stormlords about filling the seat left behind by Harbor Lord Wilkes. And one of the things that we need to do is we need to attain something from someplace that has good security. But funnily enough, the person that resides in that place wants you to come visit them. So I was wondering if we could just hire you to go take a meeting and keep your eyes open and report back to us what you see. You don't need to sneak around. You don't need to do anything out of character. Just go have a meeting and report back what you find.
Who is this meeting with?
Coin Lord Amanatu.
And what is he going to expect us to talk about?
What I'm going to so he wants you and the Iron Watch to come work under him alongside the City Watch. I think just fully absorb the Iron Watch into the City Watch formally. So he asked us to convince you to do that. To be clear, that's not what this is. I honestly don't have I don't know if I would like the City Watch to become more powerful, and with the Iron Watch they certainly would become a lot more powerful. That's what he's expecting. I'm going to communicate to him that if you take us up on this offer, that is, I intend to communicate to him that the best we could do is get you to agree to have a meeting with him. Obviously, without speaking to him firsthand, you would never agree to such an arrangement. So we facilitated as the middle people to get the meeting set up, and also tell him that you would expect to be treated with a certain level of dignity and respect since you lead a sizable force here in the city, and that he should invite you to his estate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that would be kind of the setup on my end. And then all you got to do is just go, keep your eyes open.
Make a persuasion check, Ari.
$24. And I'm not asking for you to perform this labor for free, by the way. I'm just to be clear.
Then what are you asking us to perform this labor for?
I mean, would you be willing to accept you and two of your compatriots to attend this meeting, 50 golds each? That seem like a fair?
That seems extremely generous. Yes, we could do that.
All right.
So I should be expecting an invitation from Lord Amanatu?
Yes, I'll tell him that you have agreed to meet with him and that he should send somebody to extend a formal invitation as is appropriate for somebody of your station. I'm going to milk it up. I'm going to tell him that he needs to wine and dine you.
Fair enough.
Speaking. So,
well, this sounds simple enough and little enough danger in it, so.
All right, great. Well, then we'll go let him know and just keep an eye out, and then we'll be in touch. If you want to send someone to the school to let us know when it's done, or we can come back and we're about to go outskirts of town to do a job, and we can check in when we get back.
Fair enough.
All right. Appreciate it, Steeljack. And Ari extends a hand out and a coin purse.
Steeljack takes both.
My hand!
And gives back neither.
And then Ari turns to Shade and Pog. So I guess we need to just poke our heads into Amanatu to let him know all that, and then we can take care of this farm business.
Well, these are all going to be really easy to do if they're like this, then
yeah,
we'll make everybody happy.
I'm really hoping that like we can side skirt some of the arrangements here, but we'll see how it plays out. Ari says as we're walking.
Can we get paid to go to meetings? That would
If
be
you ask,
amazing.
yeah, I got money. I'll pay you to take this meeting.
I don't have any money.
How did that happen?
Were you like you gave me money at one point. Here, and
Oh,
Ari
that's
grabs
probably
100
why.
gold. Here, like, and Ari gives Shade 100 gold. You gave me money when I didn't have any.
Are you sure? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I got a lot now. I don't know how that happened, but everyone was complaining about how little gold we were getting, and I was just sitting here with like 15 pounds of gold in my bag. So,
Ari, should I be giving Solarka gold?
no, that's not what this is, Pog. That's not. No. You got her flowers, which is appropriate. If you would have given her money, that would have been inappropriate. You need to spend the money on things that she likes.
Okay.
Wait, so is it now inappropriate that you've given me gold?
Yeah,
No,
is she
because
not
the
your
intention-
Solarka?
Shade and I work together as part of the strike force, and so it makes sense for us to share our resources internally with each other. Solarka is not part of the strike force. She's just your girlfriend. So if you were to just give her money...
Whoa, Ari. She is so much more.
Okay.
She is incredible.
That wasn't meant to be reductive.
Yeah,
I'm just
Solarka's
saying
amazing.
I agree. Like, I got the tattoo. Like, I know. Like, we're cool. I'm just saying that Shade and I are also co-workers in the strike force, so sharing resources makes sense. For you and Slark, it makes less sense.
Is this going to
This is
become
not-
less complicated or more complicated the longer we have this?
Well, it's probably going to be. I'm not making a comment here. I'm going to give you your gold back. I just misremembered. I do have some. I'm not at
Oh.
0.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why I asked. How did that happen? Ezri gave us our gold back. He didn't buy anything.
Appreciate the honesty,
You know,
Shay.
that's how little money matters to Shay. And she's like, oh, right. It's in this pocket.
All right, well, now that that's sorted, let's go talk to Lord Amanatu.
All right, so you make your way back over to Locksmith Square and to Amanatu's estate, where you find, again, the highly professional-looking, well-armed city watch standing guard outside of his compound. And as you approach, again, one raises a hand. What's your business here, citizen?
Seeking an audience with Coin Lord Amanatu, sir.
All right. Wait here. Who shall I say is calling?
The envoys of House Tarkanan.
Right. He turns and nods at one of the other guard, and they run back
How's
up
your day
to the
going?
house. Quiet so far.
Oh, it's got to be nice in your line of work. Quiet days.
Yes.
Are you from Stormreach originally?
Yes.
Okay, great.
The guard comes running back. They can pass. All right.
Thank you.
And he
Thank you.
steps aside and lets you go. At the bottom of the steps leading up to the house, you find Lord Yorick standing, dressed roughly as before. And he comes down and says, "You're back quickly."
Yeah, we tried to move quickly. We spoke to Lady Tavine. She is thinking over your long-term proposals in terms of your vision for the city, and she indicated to us that you should expect a meeting from her directly at some point. But we did also take some time to speak to Steeljack about your other request, and he made it clear that speaking through us wasn't going to satisfy him, and that he needed to see what you had to offer in terms of him and the Iron Watch. And it seemed like he was expecting the fact that he's kind of the leader of the Warforged here in the city to be granted some level of dignity in hearing your pitch. Invitation to your estate, tour of the grounds, what you would do for somebody like that. So he is aware that he may be receiving an invitation from you, and is eager to accept it and hear your pitch. But I hope that...
Good.
yeah.
Make a deception check.
But I hope that this is enough to indicate our willingness to work with you long term. 25.
Wow.
Nice.
Pog has forgotten what we're talking. Yeah, we bring the Steeljack. Fully buys it.
Fine, I'll send someone.
All right,
In
well,
a pirate town, people expect to be treated like foreign dignitaries. He turns around and goes back up the steps, grumbling.
all right, well, that went about as well as I think we could have expected it to. So, on to the next Stormlord.
Continue our circle again.
And another one.
You circle back and head towards the marketplace.
Where Philip wanted us to go at the start of the episode.
It's only been
Where-
9 minutes.
You can easily find your way back to Molu's distillery.
What time of day is it, Philip? Is it getting to be later in the evening? I can't remember what. I
Yeah,
thought it was like
probably.
lunchtime when
You
we were
guys
down
have
there.
been running around kind of all day.
Yeah. Still a big crowd out in front getting food and
Yeah.
resources.
Mhm.
Okay.
You see that work has proceeded in the hours since you were here earlier on the husk of the Falconer's Tower. It seems like the project right now is to move the big giant stones that it's made of into essentially just into piles for the moment, for removal, presumably to the rebel warren. And that task is mostly being carried on by a large number of ogres and half giants whose tattoos identify them as members of the Titans. But other than that, the scene is more or less as before.
Any of them got red hair?
None of them have red hair.
Okay. Probably don't need to get sidetracked with that right now, but put that up there. And
More things to get to later.
head into
My
the
job,
distillery.
just leave things around.
Just breadcrumbs of tasks.
I mean, we can divert if you don't want to do the adventure tonight, Philip.
Up to you. I mean, there are many adventures.
Oh, what a DM line. I love that.
All right, so going into the distillery, you don't see Varen anywhere in the main room, but after a few minutes, you are approached by a young woman who is a fair-haired half-elf. She has her hair braided and pulled back, and walks up to you and says, "You look like you're expecting someone. What can I do for you?"
Hi. We had a meeting with Coin Lord Glassite earlier today, and we are coming to follow up with some action items that we had walking away from that meeting.
And you are who?
The envoys of House Tarkanan. Who are you?
Nilene Lassite.
Ah, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Cool.
My dad's rather occupied at the moment, but I can follow up with you. And she takes out a dragon shard, essentially, that's cut very carefully, and runs her fingers across it, and you can see some little images projecting from it. Is this about the Koryeva job?
Yes, it is.
Right. She puts it away and gestures for you to follow her. So, one of our farms in the nearby area, we lost contact with it several days ago, just before the earthquake, and obviously the earthquake disrupted any attempts to go out and see what was going on, and our resources are rather tied up here at the moment. So my father's willing to put up a bounty for anyone who can go out and secure the farm from whatever has happened there, or if need be, rescue the workers there if they are in some sort of peril. And she unfolds a map of Stormreach and gestures to an edge of the map. The farm is about 2 miles out to the west of the city.
All right.
And she kind of indicates there's a trail marked out with white stones that is generally good. It's usually fairly safe. Kryeva grows in volcanic soil around natural hot springs, old volcanoes, things like that. But we obviously aren't setting up farms near active volcanoes or anything, so there's...
Smart.
So if we've lost contact with them and they haven't come back in, it probably indicates something else. But...
All right. And sorry, Philip, what direction did she say?
West.
West. Which side of the city do the Moon Spears live on?
The Moon Spears would also be out on the western edge of the city.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the harbor is
and
on the east side of town.
You mentioned that this was a bounty. Is there a monetary amount set to it?
Yeah. The distillery. Sorry. The distillery will pay 300 gold pieces to anyone who can discover what's happened and deal with it.
Fair enough. All right. Any questions, gang? Ari says, turning to Pog and Shade.
I don't think so. Shade?
I'm glad it's probably not a volcano eruption.
Same.
Well,
all right.
There was an earthquake, so
Who
hard
knows?
to know.
Right. Not 0%.
All right. Well, appreciate your time. What was her name again, Philip? Sorry.
Naline.
Appreciate your time, Naline. And we'll return once we have news about the farm.
Perfect.
You said young woman. How young versus...
Yeah. You'd guess her to be roughly your age.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, appreciate it, and we'll be in touch.
White rocks and a trail.
Mm-hmm.
This seems very, very easy to get to.
I feel super confident about following a trail.
Too easy.
Yeah, okay, let's just go find the trail then.
Yeah. Do we want to enlist the Moon Spears' help at all since they're on our way? Ari says as we're walking, or we feel good.
I don't think it sounded like something that we need an army for.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, sounds good. Maybe it might be smart just to, like, since we're passing through, let them know, hey, we're headed out to do a job. If we're not back in a couple days, maybe send help. That might be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to. I'm just thinking out loud here, gang.
I mean, Thora knows we're out, and I'm sure if we don't come home for a couple days, Thora will have opinions.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to say hi to the Moon Spears, but I do think that if we get in trouble, I'll probably just yell help to Thora.
That's fair. All right. Let's head out then.
Okay.
Outward.
And onward.
So coming back out into the market, you are able to head west through the city. If you're not concerned about stopping by the Moon Spears, then the most direct path will sort of go out on the northwestern corner of the town. And you'll cross back through Lady Omarin's district. And you can see that, again, as you noticed this morning, it's a little more organized here, but work is ongoing, and it kind of seems like most of what's happening right now involves digging for survivors, like trying to find who's still alive under there. But on the outskirts of the town, you can locate a path that is, as promised, marked out with white stones.
Cool beans.
But one of the white stones always tells the truth, and the other white stone always lies.
I'm not talking to any rocks.
So I need someone to make a survival check.
I would like to do that.
That sounds like a shade.
Ari would love to eat the poison berries.
I would like to push.
I don't know how I just realized I'm +5 on survival. I've never rolled a survival check.
It's probably because I jump on it. I am +7, and
Do
so
it.
I'm always
As you
excited.
should. As you should.
21.
21. Excellent.
Versus Bago dice.
Right. Feeling less confident now.
The jungle
Started
is a
good.
mimic.
All right, you travel easily. In fact, about a mile out of town shade, you notice that the path has stopped being straight. However, you do not miss the fact that the white stones have shifted and are able to continue following them, in spite of the path having slightly changed course. So it takes a couple of hours, and the sun is genuinely starting to go down.
No, everyone.
When you notice some things that indicate that you are starting to arrive. A very, very simple fence is marking out the edge of a clearing with a little, very basic wooden tied-off gate with a sign declaring this as a Lassite farm over the entryway. You can see, looking through the gate, a few places where there are overturned carts, but you are looking at a field of shallow pools with plants sort of sticking up just beyond the surface of the water, like a rice farm. And on the edge of that, you can see several humanoid figures digging.
Anything notable about them?
You can make a perception check to note.
Anybody else want to ask that
things
question?
about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see what I can see. I'm not great at it.
I'm negative.
It's
so
a
I'm-
nat 20.
Whoa!
So,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, Pog, you notice that the figures look kind of ragged and not like they're in great shape. Their clothes are pretty worn. They're looking quite thin, like they haven't quite been eating enough. And with your natural 20, you notice that in the twilight, what you took to be one of a cluster of huts is actually a gigantic humanoid sitting in the midst of a cluster of huts, watching the work go.
We've only encountered one massive humanoid surrounded by a bunch of other little humanoids before. I'm not thrilled about it, but
It went great. Yeah, we'll pass that information along. I mean, them being haggard is probably fairly easy to point out. So that I don't know if you guys thought that was a little house, but I thought it was a little house, but it's not a little house. It's big. That's a what?
could you get closer and see what they're doing?
Yes.
I don't know why I'm actually whispering, just because I think that might help Philip not roll. This is how quiet Ari's actually being, just so we're clear.
I can.
Welcome to Khyber Shards. People do right with
No. I have like an allergic reaction to ASMR. It's the opposite of what's supposed to do to your brain. I can. What do you want me to look for?
I mean, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Well, they're digging.
Okay. Do we just want to roll up on them? Like, what's the...
I can.
I think stealthily approaching to find out more information
Okay,
is
I'm
always
good on
better.
stealth. I'm sneaky, but Paul can straight up go invisible.
This is true. That's pretty
And
sneaky.
you could turn into a fox
Yeah.
shade, so that'd be
That's
even
really
sneakier.
sneaky.
So should I go up on one side, invisible, and Shade, you go up on the other side, Fox, you, and see what we see?
Yeah, we can do that.
How many feet away are we from the group, Philip, roughly?
If you're standing at the gate, you're probably about 100 feet from them.
Okay. I'll stay here, and either you all come back or shout, and I'll help.
I hope we don't have to shout. And
Yeah.
Me too.
Pog touches his chest and casts invisibility.
Okay.
Shade turns into a fox.
All right.
And Ari
Turns into a bush.
lowers down behind the gate.
Okay, so I need Pog and Shade to give me stealth checks.
You still got inspiration, don't you, Casey, from something?
I do. I do. Thank you, Meta Pigeon. I now remember. So much better.
I'm pushing.
22 stealth.
That's a very good stealth check.
I'm pushing again. This is absurd. I am.
Colin's incapable of rolling above a nat 5 on his die.
I have a 7.
Okay, how many times have you rolled the die?
I've gone with 3 turns, 2 pushes because I have advantage on my stealth.
You've
check.
rolled the. Oh, okay. You have been rolling with advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I was about to help you out, but as it turns
Life
out,
is painful. Actually, I have one more because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have one.
Do you
more
have inspiration?
roll.
I feel like everybody has gotten inspiration recently from being so very funny.
I got it on my very last one. So
Okay.
Yeah, natural 20 again. It took me a
Nice.
2, a 2, a 5, and a. Okay. Anyway, we're here.
Ooh,
Ouch.
I'm literally invisible.
I know. I'm dying
I
to
didn't
thinking of how
declare
you
which
fail.
way I'm moving.
Invisible.
I'm standing still invisible, and the guards are like, "What was that?"
Hear that guy breathing over there really
I'm gonna
loud.
say it's like
Can't believe my dad showed
3-hour
up.
walk, and I'm winded. Ugh.
all right, the two of you are able to sneak closer. What are you looking for?
Shade, we didn't declare. Are you going closer to the side with the digging at it, or do you want to go around and see the other end of things?
I did picture the digging.
Okay. Then I will try to get closer around to the huts and
Okay.
try to get an idea of how many people and what their actions are.
Just because I can't see Pog anymore, as Shade moves away, Ari pings her with his telepathic speech. So as long as within 4 miles of each other, we can speak telepathically.
Nice. Okay, so Shade,
That's helpful.
Favoritism.
you sneak closer to the diggers, and you see that there are 5 humanoids here working with shovels. They're all in ragged clothes. They're all human, and it's not very clear what they're digging for, but they are digging down into the ground and slinging out, a lot of wet mud because the water table here is low or high.
Are they digging where the plants are? You said outside
No.
of that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're digging in the slightly higher ground that forms a ridge through the farm.
Is there any, like, are they conversing back and forth, or does there seem to be somebody in charge?
They look. Give me an insight check, Shade.
I'm so insightful. 8.
They're not talking at all, and
Oh,
you don't know why.
like that.
I don't like that.
Pog,
Okay.
you sneak around towards the huts. As you get closer, you can get a better view of the person sitting among the huts. It is a huge. It looks like a huge man with sort of gray-black skin and red hair and a big red beard flowing down his chest. He is wearing very nice looking armor, and sitting next to him on the ground is an enormous double-headed axe, and slung on his back is an enormous broad-bladed sword.
No kind of markings on him of any kind.
There are a lot of runes carved into his armor. Does Pog speak Giant?
No.
But the runes, other than that, you've seen giant runes before in both lots of places and also in the craftsmanship of black iron. They don't mean anything specific to you. And he is, as far as you can tell, just sitting watching the work.
And can I get a sense of how many additional people are around?
This is all the people you guys see. You see the giant and these 5 humanoids.
Okay. How many huts were there?
There are 3 huts.
Okay. And he's like centered in them?
Yep.
Near a fire, I'm assuming.
No, there's no fire.
Why is that so much more upsetting to me?
What's going on, Shade?
There's some humans digging. Maybe we just ask them. Hey,
Oh.
why haven't you checked in?
Okay. Yeah, if it seems like we can talk to him to resolve this. That'd be great. Do you want me to come up there then?
Well, I probably shouldn't just change out of fox form in front of them. That maybe, yeah. I'll meet you back. We'll wait for Bob.
Okay, I'll stay here then.
Can I see into any of the huts?
You could try to sneak closer and look through the openings of the huts.
I would like to the one closest that would be farthest from him.
Okay. Make another stealth check.
I do not understand why these are so bad. And yes, I am burning my inspiration now. They are all so low, man.
Roll again with advantage.
Oh my God. It's like the game is sarcastic. 9 is the best I got.
Oh, this is going to have to happen eventually anyway, so.
There's been enough talking.
Good thing you're still at full health, though, Colin.
About that.
So you start creeping forward, and trying to and discover that you're at the back of a hut, away from the giant, but the entrance is definitely around on the side, facing the giant, and so you start to creep around into the space where the giant is. But as you take another step, you trip slightly, and your foot, when you bring your foot forward to catch yourself, it kicks a stone, which pings off the giant's axe blade that's lying on the ground next to him. And the giant looks slowly around and then climbs to his feet and stands up. And reaches down and picks up his axe. And is clearly on watch, looking.
Shade, the hut stood up. What's going on?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Okay. I love that y'all are staying there. Okay.
I have a pitch. Since Ari can speak with animals, can Ari make an animal sound?
I would allow you to roll a performance check to try and imitate the sound of an animal.
Okay.
Performance. That's good.
Ah! 26.
The giant turns its head towards Ari, like towards the direction of Ari.
I don't know if I helped Shade, but I made a loud noise.
I bet she knows.
Yep, you did. Stay hidden.
But doesn't move. He continues to stand there looking around, very, very
Then I
suspiciously.
cast a minor illusion of the bird flying away of the noise that I made.
Okay.
Nice.
Just, I'm chucking spaghetti at the wall, gang.
You see him watch the bird go, but the bird doesn't explain what threw a rock at his axe. And so, having watched the bird go, his eyes return to scanning the ground in his immediate vicinity.
And did Pog move while he was distracted?
Yeah, Pog's gonna try to back, because I'm now at the side of the hut, not having made it to the front. Going to try, when he looks away, to step back the way I came, just to get behind the hut. I'm not worried about any farther away than just back to behind the hut.
Make a stealth check.
What? These are so... 16. The way these dice are like hovering on an edge on my screen.
All right. You, I had him roll with disadvantage from the distraction, and you have beaten the 13 that he rolled. So you are able to slip back around to the side away from the giant.
Okay. Barring any further sounds or things happening, I'm going to try to go back the way I came to return to my compatriots.
Okay. So you retrace your steps carefully and are able to sneak back to Shade and Ari.
Is the giant still up looking around? Like, is he still on the move? Okay.
He's still up looking around.
All right. What do we got, gang?
For the record, Pug has not dropped invisibility when he walks back up to you guys, so...
Ari's perception is so good, he would know immediately that you were nearby. So,
I just need it to be known because I don't know where we're going next. I get this for an hour, and I'm not letting go of it yet.
Do you make a sound though when you get near us?
It's Pug. It's Pug.
I didn't find out much more than that there's 5 humans over there, which is what we already knew. But I can speak to some of the plants to see if they could fill us in on what's happening.
You can speak to plants now. I thought it was so cool when I could speak to animals. Golly.
And that is cool. I mean,
it's
very
fine.
important.
It's fine. Yeah.
Pog is making faces that you two cannot see at y'all trading compliments right now.
Yeah, I mean, if the plants know something, then that'd be super cool to know what the plants know.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but there is a
Feel your
giant
breath on my neck.
Pug leans in closer. A giant with a huge axe and sword and a beard bigger than me.
Like the beard's bigger than your beard, or the beard's bigger than you as a person?
Ari, I said what I said. It's bigger than I am.
Yikes. That's a big beard.
Did you not see the giant?
Yeah,
No,
no, he
He's
stood
literally
up.
giant. Pug points, not realizing you won't see where he's aiming at.
Yeah, Shade, see what the plants can give us any insight into what's been going on, and then we can make a move.
I would like to cast Speak with Plants.
Do you know, I have been playing Dungeons and Dragons for...
I'm familiar.
15 years,
Yeah.
and in no game that I've ever played has someone cast Speak with Plants.
Sounds like inspiration for Casey, right? Like doing things out the box.
So I assume it does precisely what it sounds like, but I'm going to check anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, you question
plants
about
within
this?
30 feet have limited sentience and animation. And we're on a farm.
Oh no, it's not telepathic though.
That is why I waited until I came back over to y'all rather
Yeah.
than
That's smart.
next to the humanoids. Sup, plants?
Hi, you're a fox.
Well, I can't talk to them in my fox form. I would have had to change and then
Okay, so you cast this spell, and the magic sweeps out from you in a big ring of 30 feet. So you're standing essentially on a ridge, and on either side of the ridge there are pools with the Curieva plants growing in them, and so your spell sweeps through the grass at your feet, past little bushes planted on the edge of the pools, and out into the Curieva. Curieva kind of looks like big ferns growing up out of the water. And all the plants in this ring stir like there's wind rushing through them, and then sort of turn themselves a little to face in
Oh man.
toward Shade.
Shade's not a huge conversationalist, so she's
Hi.
talking to thousands of things at once.
And a bunch of tiny voices go, "Hey."
do,
One of the Curieva plants
oof.
back at you.
Gosh, I don't know how much plants know. So we're looking for information, and you are here all the time, so I'm hoping you know. Has anything changed recently?
Well, there was an earthquake.
Yep. Dumb question. Got made fun of by a plant.
Which one?
So, this people on the farm normally communicate with people where we're from, and they have not recently. Do you know why? It's probably just the earthquake again, isn't it? But they look like they're up and moving. So why wouldn't they send word?
Well, they stopped farming a few days ago.
But he's digging over there. Is that not farming? Is that
No, they haven't tended any of the plants that grow here
I'm
for
sorry.
a few days.
oh? Do you know why?
No, I mean, we don't mind. It's like we're ripe for picking, so kind of extends our lives for a little while.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I'm gonna stop talking. 'Cause
Sorry. No. Do you know what they're doing over there?
I don't know, but that big guy came a few days ago, and then there weren't as many farmers, and they stopped tending the plants, and they've just been digging over there for the last, I don't know, 3 days or so.
Do you know what happened to the other farmers?
Oh, yeah, they're dead.
Right.
One of them's, and there's like a rustling in the bushes, and the like underwater tendrils of the bushes push just a skull up out of the water.
Oh my goodness.
It's mostly decomposed.
This is my new favorite NPC. I want to take him home.
Oh, so there's just like dead farmers in these pools?
Yeah,
Did
that's
the
where he threw
giant-
most of them.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Nah, I mean, it's
Um,
cool. It's good fertilizer.
Let's say food. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Not cannibalism.
Okay. I reiterate this to the rest of the. I don't. Can
So it sounds
Ari
like
and
this is. It sounds like this is the inverse of Speak with Animals, because Speak with Animals gives you the ability to speak with animals. This imbues the plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation. So it sounds
Okay.
like this magic affects the plants as opposed to you.
So we
So
can
I
hear
assume
it.
they can hear this entire conversation.
Why are they digging? Why are these
Right.
guys digging if they're just throwing bodies out in pools?
I don't know. That's just what the big guy wanted them to do.
Does the big guy have a name? Like, have they referred to him, or has he referred to himself by a name or title? that
What's a
you've-
name?
What do they call the big guy?
Oh, they don't really call him anything. He just sort of bellows and they do what he says.
What does the big guy call
That's
himself?
awesome.
Well, I don't know. I couldn't understand speech until a few minutes ago.
That's on me. You know what? That's on me.
Have they dug in any other places?
that's a good
No,
question.
they've just been digging over there.
For how long have they been digging?
About 3 days.
Now, just to be clear, they've been digging for 3 days with like breaks and like they've slept and stuff, or have they been digging nonstop for 3 days?
Oh no, they've been digging nonstop for 3 days.
Okay, we need to go help those people.
So, some of them died and they get thrown in the pool.
We should go help those people.
Oh goodness.
You asked what a name was. It's what
Yeah.
somebody calls you when they want to address you, perhaps to give thanks. So,
I'm
Shade,
Pog,
what?
and Pog
Yeah.
invisibly points to his own chest. So that's no good.
The plant's fronds sort of
I'm Shade.
I'm Ari.
Hi,
would-
Shade. Hi, Ari.
Would you like
Hi.
a name?
Rude.
Sure.
What should his name be?
Do you want to pick it? Do you want to
I
pick your own
don't
name?
know what makes a good name.
Oh boy,
Same.
that's valid. There was one time I thought I knew, but I didn't know, so I had to change it.
Your name is Jeffrey. That's a good name, and we thank you for your effort, Jeffrey, and your cooperation.
That's cool. This is pretty cool. Being able to talk and stuff.
Yeah.
This is going to really change the way things are for me. I think I'm going to try to... And then the 10 minutes of the spell ends. So,
Goodbye, Jeffrey. So you
He
just
didn't
gave
say
something
it
life.
was nice to meet me.
Huh, Shade? Like you gave something like life, and now it's gone. Is that what that was?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I
I don't feel good about it.
I don't
I
have a
think you
problem
should
that you
feel
did
cool
it because
about
it's
it.
clear that you didn't know that was going to happen. But it does fill me with a certain level of existential like uncertainty and dread about the nature of life and stuff.
Hey.
Like that's kind of a deeply upsetting thing.
Jeffrey was very
Jeffrey?
helpful in
Yes.
providing that information.
I can't wrap my head around what's worse, that he doesn't remember the past 10 minutes, or if he does and he lost the ability to communicate and think. Like,
No.
Do Do you guys remember, still invisible, how serious it was that we helped the nonstop diggers?
Oh, right.
Right,
Before
yes.
you cared about Jeffrey? He's grass again. We have to save the nonstop diggers.
Yep.
All right. Yep.
Yep.
Let's go save
Yep.
the nonstop diggers.
So are
Goodbye,
we just
Jeffrey.
going to fight this guy? Is that the plan? Just go straight to fighting?
I mean, he's had people digging nonstop for 3 days. I can't imagine he's a good person. So
That's
stop
fine
him.
with me.
We can talk while we fight.
Do you want me? Do you want me to try to get back around behind him?
Sure.
Yeah, I think
Catch him off
that'd
guard.
be great.
Okay, I'll go and wait for y'all to start.
Make a stealth check, Pog.
Yeah,
This will go well.
Will it? Ah!
You are rolling with advantage, right?
I absolutely. I wish you could see the log here.
My philosophy has always been that it's not possible to be bad at D&D, but Colin is really challenging my perception of that in this session.
18.
Okay. You managed to sneak back over to the hut. As you are sneaking, the giant, you've seen that during your conversation with Jeffrey, the giant was kind of stooped over, looking really hard at the ground, and now has stood back up and takes a few steps out from behind the hut into the direction of the diggers, and is looking around. But you are able to sneak around to the hut. What are Ari and Shade doing?
Sneaking up closer. I mean,
I'm
Okay.
drawing an arrow.
I would accept a stealth check from anyone who is sneaking.
push.
Shade, if you are just going to shoot from cover, you don't have to roll one. You have been hidden.
Push one more time.
Stealth is not a strike force specialty.
I have a +6. That's what's infuriating. There we go. 21.
All right. So, Ari, you're able to creep up essentially almost among the diggers. So this ridge that you're moving along is about 30 feet across, and then there's the low pools to either side. Are you staying on the ridge, or are you sneaking along in the pools full of crops and stuff?
I would ideally
And people.
like to just get whatever I need to get within like 60 feet of the giant. That's kind of what I'm shooting for.
So you creep up to the edge of the group of diggers. The giant has taken some steps towards them, and so you are within that range at this point.
Okay.
Shade, what's Cal doing? Is he staying with you?
That's a great question. And that doesn't make sense. He's going to go with Ari.
Okay.
So I will
Hey, buddy.
roll stealth for him.
Thank you.
According to my sheet, that's going to be a 30.
I get some of that stealth. Can I just like
a lot.
borrow
That's a
a
lot of
handful of
Yeah.
stealth?
Okay. So Ari, you're within 60 feet. Pog, you're behind the shed. And Shade, you have an arrow.
Primed and ready
good,
to
right?
attack once. Yeah.
I will shoot an arrow.
All right. Then we'll need to roll initiative next time on Khyber Shards. Thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can find links to all of our social media down below. We're on all the things, including the new thing with the threads.
Ooh.
And
Oh, we're on Threads now.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're trendy.
New trendiness.
Can't wait to see our TikToks.
We're streets ahead, man. In addition, you will find a link to Colin's Twitch where he is sorry. BTR, the O is a 0. New episodes of Khyber Shards every Monday. New Khyber Shards answers on Fridays. And until next time, thanks for rolling with us.